You I hit my roadie for the world. Pull up in the range.
This is the FastBreak podcast, episode 5, I believe, and this is our Player of the Week special, John Wall. Philip, I'll let you start off with a couple comments on our main man over here.
John Wall, you could argue he's probably the second best player in the East. He's averaging in these playoffs 28 points, 10.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds, 2 steals, and about 1.2 blocks a game in these playoffs. Jay, how you feel about those stats, man? Those stats don't lie, man.
They don't, honestly. He's coming into his own, and he's 26 now? Yeah, he's 26 now. So you can tell that he's starting to realize that, he's definitely among the top tier players in the league, especially among point guards, and he has a lot to offer, even though he's not a top tier shooter.
Yeah, that's the thing that people knock about his game, is that he's definitely a streaky shooter. But there are more assists.
6 of those 11 games, he's had 10.
Yes.
Assists. Wow.
10 or more. So you can just tell he's just naturally gifted with the ball, getting people involved, and I think that's what separates him from Kyrie, who's obviously a ball dominant scoring type of point guard. I think he even separates himself from guys, elite guards like Chris Paul, who we know is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Chris Paul, you could argue that he can be a little bit passive sometimes. John Wall just has that. He has like this instinct where he can, if they need him to score, he's going to score. If they need him to distribute, he's going to distribute. He knows how to evenly distribute that there. So he's got that gift. And once he gets his jump shot, to where guys, if they know he's not hitting and they just lay off him and go under screens, when he starts to take advantage of those situations, he's going to be unstoppable.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be unstoppable.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And the fact that he is only 26 and he's starting to really understand the game more is, to me,
exactly
something that you can't overlook. And I just think that, he's got a chip on his shoulder.
For real. This is only his third appearance in the playoffs here.
Yeah, definitely. And they talk about everyone else but him.
Exactly. And I was reading an article.
Lowry over him.
Exactly. And I was reading an article. He was like, as a point guard in the NBA, you're never going to get recognized unless you win. So, like you said, he has that chip on his shoulder. He wants to win. He wants to get that recognition.
Exactly.
As one of the top point guards in the NBA right now, which I would say he's damn near close to the top.
For sure. Honestly, I believe, and this is my opinion on John Wall, but I think that he's got what it takes because he's got that mentality to win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the mentality to win, it's the fact that he knows to be a great point guard in this league, you have to win.
Exactly.
Because people aren't looking at you if you aren't winning. You got guys like Darren Collison in this league who aren't bad players, but their teams aren't winning. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not something that you really want to bring up when you're like, oh, look, he's a good point guard, but what's his team's record? They're a lottery.
Right.
You don't want to go there.
You're the lead position, so as the leader, the floor general on the floor, you want to lead your team to victory. If you don't lead your team to victory, well, shoot, there's no point in you being recognized as an elite point guard. You're just another point guard. That's going to basically be thrown in the trash bin sooner or later if you don't win. You have to have that resume.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Honestly.
And I mean, just going back to John Wall as far as shooting, I wanted to point out that during the 2014-15 playoffs, John Wall shot only 17.6% from the three-point line. Now, this year, from the 3-point line, John Wall shooting 37.5%. So he's obviously, we know he's improving, and he's going to continue to improve because of the fact that he has that chip on his shoulder. So, and he wants to be recognized, and obviously he wants to win a championship. So that competitive edge, I think, is going to keep him going.
Right.
And it's going to, it's going to give him that edge. And I've always loved John Wall. Back when he was in high school, man. Like the first like high school mixtape I really enjoyed thoroughly was John Wall's. Like that to this day, that's my favorite high school mixtape.
That's my favorite high school mixtape too. Honestly,
my dad showed me it. It was amazing.
I was in.
I tried to shake my game like him.
Bro. I was in Raleigh, North Carolina, for real, when he was blowing up, and they were like hype when he was going to Kentucky, man. I'm telling you, the whole state that whole city that he's from, bro. They were ready. You know what I'm saying? They knew he was big time. And
exactly.
And look where he is, man.
Yeah.
And I love Isaiah Thomas, but I hope that John Wall can push this to a Game 7 and win it in Boston.
I believe they can.
And cement, I'm here. I'm here to stay.
This is where they solidify. This is where you try to solidify your legacy. Like these big games right here. This is where you needed to take off, and then you just continue to build on. You just continue to build. You don't regress. You don't stop where you are. You don't become complacent. You just keep moving. And I think that's what John Wall's going to continue to do.
Same. I honestly think he's going to continue to keep pushing forward, and he hasn't really been injured too much. He's got that wrist.
Yeah, he did injured in game 2, but I think that game he still scored like 40 40.
Yeah, I believe he still got it, man. There's nothing slowing him down right now.
The only thing that I would knock him for that game, which they actually should have won, game 2 they should have won. He basically he disappeared towards the fourth quarter. Remember that was the same game. Isaiah Thomas basically outshined him in the end. He scored 25. His last team's 25 points, and he had a remarkable 53-point performance. I think that's the thing that John Wall has to keep in the back of his mind, as far as being considered an elite point guard.
Yeah, man. Simple as that. There's no real other topic for discussion.
Oh yeah. Well, wait. Let's. How much time we got?
We got about 3-4 more minutes.
Let's. All right. So the games obviously tonight. What do you expect?
I expect a fiery John Wall and a fiery Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
I kind of lightly always talk.
I really expect a battle. I don't expect anything. I don't expect a blowout. If we see a blowout, I will be disappointed.
But that's just how it's been. It's kind of draining. As far as emotional for a fan, throughout these playoffs, especially in the Washington-Boston series, the home team has basically won by a pretty big margin. At least they've at least won by 12 or more points, at home. And so I think this might be the game where, it's going to be close. It's going to be a nail biter. And I think it's going to be an instant classic. Like you said, I think John Wall and Isaiah Thomas are going to be going at each other. And I think another big thing is that the supporting cast has to show up as well in order for this game to, be, hyped up to what it's supposed to be. So the supporting cast has to show up, and we all know what John Wall and Isaiah Thomas are capable of. It's just what the other guys, that they're leading are going to do. But yeah.
That's simple as that. If everyone steps up.
All the way, pull up in the range, skirt, skirt, skirt.